got a question recently on Facebook, and this particular person, when they asked me the question, I clicked on their profile to see where they're from, and I noticed they're from Scotland. So the question they asked me was,
Hello, Vin. I'm just wondering, if somebody's just starting out their journey on improving their communication skills, what top 3 things would you get them to focus on?
Thank you for this question, my Scottish friend. And in this video, I'm going to get into the top 3 things you can do to help you improve your communication skills. Let's get into it now. The first thing you can do and the first thing you must do is remove auditory clutter. What I mean by auditory clutter is remove your non-words and your filler words. Non-words being the sounds that you make to fill the silence. Those things. Filler words being the words that you use to fill the silence. And so, like, do you know what I mean? When you use lots of non-words and filler words, meaning there's more verbal clutter in the way that you communicate, the following occurs. The first thing is that it decreases the clarity of your message. The second thing, it's going to rob you of credibility. The third thing, it's going to rob you of authority. And the fourth thing is that it makes you seem as if you're unsure about what you're talking about. Even if you are sure about what you're talking about, it seems like you're not. I'd love to throw you to an example of one of my students. I want to show you them before, when there's lots of filler words and non-words, and then I want to show you what happens when we remove the filler words and non-words from their communication. Watch how powerful this example is. Let me grab the video from the top and pull it down.
Just because I wanted to challenge myself, I signed up for a 300 level history course, American Revolution, and as we were winding through our class, we'd kind of gotten through most of the inciting incidents to the American Revolution, and the professor, he would always sit at the edge of a table with his notes right beside him, and so, you know, me, the youngest student in the class by about a year and a half, and he looked out at the class and said, "Now, why do you guys think it was important that the signers of the Declaration addressed it to the king?" Yeah, reason I'm telling you all this is that it wound up being 4 years later, became jack of all trades, master of two.
Okay, you got this. You got this.
Sit at the edge of the table, notes next to him, and he posed the question to the class: why was it important that the framers of the Declaration of Independence, why was it important for them to address the Declaration to the king and not to Parliament? And timidly raised my hand and said, because it was a revocation of everything it was to be British. He paused for a moment, looked at me, and said, exactly.
Boom, big round of applause.
Yeah.
You see, that video right there just goes to prove that if you just removed the verbal clutter, it can completely transform how other people perceive you. Now, the second thing that I will tell you to do is remove the visual clutter. Remove the visual clutter. Visual clutter is the same as verbal clutter. You can move your hands too much and then it distracts people from the message and then causes people to have less respect for you because you can't dance. And you've discovered my kryptonite. I can't dance. And I gotta tell you this, I was once on set for a short film. And they made us dance in a nightclub with no music because they had to record the dialogue from the actors and actresses. So I had to stand in front of people that I just met for the first time being an extra, and when I was dancing, I literally danced like this. And I did this for 30 minutes in front of strangers as my face was going beetroot red. Back to what I was saying. When it comes to visual clutter, that's the visual tics that you may have, body language tics. Let me share with you a couple of mine. The first one was the classic tilting of the glasses. When I first started my speaking career, I would, no word of a lie, do this at least 50 to 100 times when I'm on stage, because this was my nervous tick. When I get nervous, I keep adjusting my glasses, and the pace at which I adjust my glasses will increase as I become more nervous. It was the most mental thing, and it drove people insane. And the second thing that I would do, which was, again, it's a form of visual clutter, was I'd use the same hand gestures, and I wouldn't have any variety in my hand gestures. And when I speak, I just keep doing different paces of this. So I'd go really fast if I'm excited, and then I'd slow down as I become less excited. It was ridiculous. For clarity's sake, visual clutter is when you're using your body language in a non-functional way, where it doesn't support the things you're saying. Let's go to a student example. In this video, the visual clutter takes the form of movement. And I want to show you how when my students move around with no real purpose, how it can be a form of visual clutter and distract people from the message. And watch the before and after. I think you'll find this one also very inspiring. And inspiring because the smallest changes can have the most drastic impact on the way people perceive you and your message. So as we throw to this video, I'm gonna spin into the video. So you ready for this? This is pretty cool. It's a pretty cool party trick. 1, 2.
So I looked up swimming lessons. I went to the classes diligently. There were little kids in the pool with me, and I was swimming next to them, and I was feeling so embarrassed. But then that voice in me kept saying, courage, courage, courage. And, and over time, I started enjoying the water again. And I started doing all the water activities which I would have missed had I not shown the courage. So the point of my story is, oftentimes in your life, you will come at a fork where you have to make a decision. So the point of my story is, you will always have a fork in your life where you have the easy path or the difficult path, which may seem difficult at first, but not really. So which one are you going to choose? Stay in fear the rest of your life, not enjoy the world, what the world has to offer, or do something about it. Take that step, show some action, and then enjoy life to the fullest.
Big round of applause. Nailed it. Well done. And unfortunately, I've got to spin back into the video again. And okay, I think I'm getting old. Yeah, definitely getting old. That was only 3 spins, and I actually feel quite dizzy. And the final thing you can do to help you improve your communication game is very simple. It's smile. Smile more. Now, there's a few ways you can smile, and I'll tell you the optimal way. But what I've learned from my mentors and teachers is that the first form of smiling is called a polite smile. And the polite smile is when you're walking past a stranger and they look at you, you look at them, it gets a little bit awkward, and then you only smile with your mouth, no other area of your face. You look at them and you do the whole... Hang on a second. When I do this face, I kind of look like Kermit the Frog. Hi guys. Oh my God, this actually sounds pretty good. I'm actually quite impressed with myself. Give this video a like or a thumbs up. It's pretty good. Wow, you're an idiot, Vin. But you see, that is a polite smile. That's when we're only smiling with our mouth. The second kind of smile that we do, it's one of those smiles we use when we're taking a photo. And it's not really a real smile. It's where you show your teeth, but again, you're not moving any other area of your face. And when you do this one, it kind of looks like this. And it just doesn't look real. We're trying to smile in a way where we don't want the wrinkles to appear around our eyes. Now, that's actually the best smile we can do. It's the most sincere and authentic smile, because when you're truly laughing with your friends, you don't care how your face looks, you're not posing, you're not being polite, you're just truly expressing laughter and happiness. And when you do that, you're doing a Deshin smile. And a Deshin smile is when you're smiling, your teeth are showing, your cheeks are moved up, and you've got the crow's feet appearing around your eyes. I am guilty of not doing this smile enough. I'm going to show you a few photos where I do the classic photo pose smile. Have a look at that cheesy smile, not even real. Look at Vin being fake and phony and not sincere or authentic. That's me, that's what I used to do. But the moment I learned this, let me show you an example of me doing a real smile. Look, that just looks way more authentic and way real. It looks like I'm genuinely happy as opposed to posing for a bloody photo. These are the 3 things that I would encourage all of my students to do, especially those who are early on and just starting their communication skills journey. Make sure you remove the auditory clutter. Make sure you remove the visual clutter and smile more. It may seem super simple, but these 3 things can completely change the way other people perceive you. Thanks for joining me for this week's video, everyone. If you've got any questions on communication skills or anything you'd like to ask me, please do leave them in the comment section below. I love getting questions because you can see things I can't. There are times you're going to come up with a topic that I wouldn't even thought of. So I'd love to hear from you. Drop me a comment down below. See you next week.